Berbice to Linden, Georgetown to Bartica. We're about to unload a barrage of hit music.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You're listening to the hottest show in Guyana.
Don't tell me you don't know.
With your boy.
You ready for it?
Malachi.
That's my man.
Real vibrations that rock the nation.
You know what it is.
You're locked on. Reggae, dancehall, hip-hop, soca, and chutney vibe. We've got it all, and it's all just for you.
Right now.
Welcome to the Rush Hour.
Hey, yo, what's up? Y'all got a problem? Y'all want some of this? Yeah.
Non-stop local hits.
No doubt.
Fresh out of GT, it's Guyanese music with Malachi.
Yeah, me a man.
Yo, Malachi. Place the finance, what signings, Japanese, Vietnamese, Louise, and Portuguese.
Yo, Malachi.
And you boss the artist.
Father God bless you.
GT, bad banner.
Water predicament.
Yo, Malachi, big up yourself representing the 590. Turn.
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Malachi, mash up the place with some tunes.
You're listening to Malachi, dropping Guyanese music.
Malachi, you play the best in Guyanese music. No care when him not spread no romance, showing no respect.
This is what I want you to do to me.
Malachi, in a music, them fi know say you're the mother guy. Hope you tune into Malachi.
Say you can't mix intelligence with negligence. Bingy man, that no make sense.
Yeah, my brother Malachi, you don't know, say you defend the Guyanese music straight and what to say. Malachi, you're number one. Plays the most Guyanese songs on the radio.
Yeah, man.
Real ones only.
Solid youth.
No fake ones around me.
Yeah, yeah. Remix.
Show me my real friends.
Real ones only.
My real friends. Can't trust no flesh. God, show me my real friends. My real friends. And if I trust somebody with it in their heart, reveal them. Like how I still got clean them. Refurbish and seal them. Two things I can't trust for sure, mankind and feelings.
Make sure you're not quick to trust people. I know everybody trustworthy. Aye. Mankind so wicked, just evil. I'm only human, so it must hurt me. Them a itch and a work like switch. Today them a friend, tomorrow them a snitch. Aye. Now for them a sell out for the rich. Forget where them come from, burn rich. Father God, me a beg you. Me no want to be hateful. No, me don't see them ungrateful. No loyalty, them unfaithful. Me still a pray for them playful. Although it's so painful, me no want hold grudge. Me want show love, forgive and just bless this small game.
Show me my real friends. My real friends. And if I trust somebody with it in their heart, reveal them. Like how I still got clean them. Refurbish and seal them. Two things I can't trust for sure, mankind and feelings. Dear God, as I pray, if any wolf should come my way, strip off the sheep coating, keep them out when we hosting. Cause I don't claim to be perfect, and I don't toast with no plastic. No, I use real glass only, cause me no want fake a road. Show me my real friends. My real friends. And if I trust somebody with it in their heart, reveal them. Like how I still got clean them. Refurbish and seal them. Two things I can't trust for sure, mankind and feelings. You know it's some people, it's not said and not done. Where did we get that from? Don't say things you don't mean. Don't promise people if you can't give. Why should you always come first? You should choose another way. Here, you can use my compass. God, you know how to stay. Really don't want fake love in my head. Show me my real friends. My real friends. And if I trust somebody with it in their heart, reveal them. Like how I still got clean them. Refurbish and seal them. Two things I can't trust for sure, mankind and feelings.
Yeah.
kneel and pray.
Don't know what
If
to
any
trust in
bullshit
this.
come my way, strip off the shit
Only
coat.
man know what to trust in is
Keep
God.
my nose and we hold still. I'm not
Can't
perfect.
even trust your own
I'm
flesh.
in a toast with no plastic. No, I use real glass only. In the war fake around me.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Good evening. Wherever you're at. Look at me. You're in tune to the Rush Guyana's Industry Show. I am the Afro-Paladin with my co-host Martain, Al-Ameen. You know how we do today? Today is Monday. It's back to work Mondays. And of course, it's Motivational Mondays. Good morning to all the champions. You know, Mondays are made for the champions. Big shout out to those guys heading to work. Remember, if you're driving, please do take it easy on the highways, the byways, the little inner streets, wherever you're at. Be easy out there. Look out for them children as well. Lots of pedestrians. It's Monday. It's back to work Mondays. Good morning to you, Martin. Wagwan, my bro.
Blessings, brother. Blessings.
So what was how was the weekend, bro? Restful or eventful?
Nice and easy, man. Nice and easy. Can't complain.
Nice and easy. Have an easy Monday right here with us. We got a lot more music, more vibe for you. Guyana's Industry Show. You know how we do.
You better believe me. No girl like Jehovah, over Jireh. Some me tell them say, my daddy is the king, so I am royalty. Oh, my daddy is the king, so that means I am royalty. Oh, my father is the king, so I am royalty. I'm way up with him, way up with him, way up with him. Yeah. You could tell them, say, I bet you don't know I was a bastard. To tell you the truth, I was born in shame. If you call my name, I couldn't answer. I had no legacy, I no inheritance to claim. But that's not the end of my story. So don't you chuck me off on a shelf. Cause I encountered the King of Glory. And him says, Sammy, me watch you put me up. So him clean me up, turn me around, lift me head, fix me crown, love me right, grace among. Me no last, no one come, show me up, call me son, change my name, bless me son. Now the blessing can't turn down. So me have the boss. My daddy is a king, so I am a royalty. Yeah. It no matter what you say about me, cause you never ever get him to agree. I'm way up with him, way up with him, way up with him. I don't stress too much about my problems, and to tell you the truth, I've got quite a few. Cause one man alone I know can solve them. And there is really nothing that he can do. If we talk about sin, I was the chiefest. And people put me off on the shelf. But I encountered a love that's the realest. And it's just not you know what you for myself. So then clean me up, turn me around, lift my head, fix me crown, love me right, praise among. Me no last, now I'm from. Show me off, call my son, change my name, bless me son. Now the blessing can't turn down. So may I have the boss. My daddy is the king, so I am royalty. You better believe it. My father is a king, so that means I am royalty. Oh yeah, my daddy is a king, so I am a royalty. And guess what? I'm way up with him, way up. I'm seated way up with him. Yeah. Let me tell you about royalty. Favor undeserved, blessing in abundance, rolling with protection, angels all around us. Mention of his name and the enemies are conquered. Power in my words, you better believe. I'm walking like a prince, but my mansion's up yonder, smiling at my haters. All about the kingdom and Jesus is the founder. Let me see the hook a little longer, yeah. My father is a king, so I am royalty, yeah. You better believe it. My father is a king, so that means I am. Watch the way me work, watch the way me talk, yeah. My daddy is a king, so I am royalty. And I'm way up, I'm seated way up with him. One more time, my daddy is the king, so I am royalty.
in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time. Jack.
All of my need is supply. I'm seated. Way up in here, yeah. So watch what you say about me. You better careful what you say about me. But it no matter what you say about me, you could never get my father to agree. So watch what you say about me. You better careful what you say about me. Cause regardless of what you say about me, you could never get my father to agree. Cause I'm royalty.
You know how we do Mondays. Made for the champions. That was royalty. That was the voice of Samuel L. Madaz. Gotta say a big good afternoon to the guys in the UK as well. Hope you're having a great afternoon. You know, we gotta bless up the mornings right here in the Rush Guyana's Industry Show. Different music, different vibe each and every day of the week. Today, Monday, motivational Mondays. We gonna give you that motivation. Back to work Mondays.
Yes, oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a time before this time, and humanity used to live right all the time. Love is the order, truth was the way. Now confusion rule the world today, but I see it right now. My people fed up, people searching for changes. Let me tell you right now, my people rise up. Take the shackles of your brain, yeah. Rise up, my nation, rise. Lift up your heads, open up your eyes. Truth is a weapon, love is the key. That's the only way humanity free. Where is the love that they've been searching for? They hide it away beneath the satin door. Where is the peace that the prophet did preach? It slipped from the hands, but it's still in our reach. For the anger and material things cover the eyes. The heart is so cold, they can't find love no time. But I know deep inside, the fire that will shine. My people soon wake up and claim what is divine. Rise up, my nation, rise. Lift up your heads, open up your eyes. Truth is a weapon, love is the key. That's the only way humanity be free. Let me tell you right now, my people fed up. People searching for changes. I can see it right now. My people rise up. Take the shackles of your brain, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Most I Jah, deliver and protect always. Right about now, we need to draw nearer and nearer to the Most High. No No matter
You're
who you
tuned
are,
in.
where you are.
DJ Malachi.
Yes, sir.
Always
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. Oh, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Oh, the system set away. Graduate from university with student loan to pay. But the little money where we earn, I know that left me concerned. Oh, how can we survive when the basic needs are costing more than our salary? Oh, yeah. The system they create is to keep us slaving, working, building their economy. Oh, Lord. I know they don't care for the poor, but we need some open doors. Jah, please go before. Can't take the pressure no more. Cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. No, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah. No more them can't trick us. Cause them used to give the youth them round the road big comfy bus. The youths them wise up. I want them mates and them a rise now. Youths go on the faith. Cause I tell you I know that Jah is great. Oh, cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. No, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah, I know they depress us. In order to see victory, hunt your goal, no idle stuff. Get on, you just hold on. You have the strength, my brother, just press on. Keep holding on. Empress men enchant the songs. Keep holding on. No matter the pagan, them are one. Cause we were born kings and queens. Take control, take the lead. We were born kings and queens. Take control, take the lead. We were born kings and queens. Time to take the lead. With perseverance we'll achieve. Selassie, I will give us what we need. Cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. No, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah.
You know, we got to bless your mornings right here in the rush. We had to kick it off this morning, Monday. Monday's made for the champions. If you're wondering what the weather is going to be like in London for today, Monday is going to be cloudy in the UK today. Temperature is going to be at 13 degrees Celsius. Precipitation 10%. Humidity 43%. And wind is going to be at 14 kilometers an hour. In the Big Apple, New York City is also going to be mostly cloudy skies today. Monday, temperatures at 4 degrees Celsius. Precipitation 7%. Humidity 84%. And wind at 6 kilometers an hour. In Atlanta, Georgia, we're going to have sunny skies today. Temperature is going to be at 7 degrees Celsius. Precipitation is going to be at 0%. Humidity 52%. And wind is going to be mild at 5 kilometers an hour. In Toronto, Canada, it's going to be sunny skies. Temperature is going to be at -1 degree Celsius. Precipitation 0%. Humidity 52%. And wind is going to be gusting at 16 kilometers an hour. In Antigua and Barbuda in the Caribbean Sea, it's going to be sunny skies today. Temperature is going to be at 26 degrees Celsius. Precipitation 0%. Humidity 69%. And wind gusting at 29 kilometers an hour. That's in Antigua and Barbuda. In Guyana, the only English-speaking nation on the continent of South America. It's going to be cloudy skies today. Temperature is going to be at 27 degrees Celsius. Precipitation 10%. Humidity 73%. And the wind at 10 kilometers an hour. You know, we do it different today, Monday. Hope you're having a great Monday. For those people who are waking up to us, good morning to you. For those people in the UK, good afternoon. In the land down under, good evening. We got more music, more vibe. You know how we do it. Different. The Rush Guyana's Industry Show.
Shall overcome. Si se puede, we shall overcome. Si se puede, we shall overcome. Never again, no.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time. Jack.
No fire for the oppressor. Fire for the oppressor. Tell them again we say fire for the oppressor. Yes, yeah. Fire for the oppressor. Never again. Never again, no. We shall overcome. Si se puede. We shall overcome. Si se puede, we shall overcome. I know we're standing strong. Si se puede. Si se puede. One love, one heart, one blood in our veins. No hatred, division. Let love take the reins. We shall overcome. Si se puede. We shall overcome. Si se puede. Fire for the oppressor. Yes, yeah. Fire for the oppressor. Fire for the oppressor. Fire for the oppressor. Yes, yeah. Shall overcome.
Once original Dan Roger Patch Indian. Alongside the brother from another mother. Soul fire.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi.
I know we don't follow, we a leader. But from my body, now they get to when we bleed ya. And no matter what I want, we no need ya. Make ya the pain and make we stronger for achieve ya. Watch the Roger, me ya walking on the ring like a chef. Soul fire, now the place I say him step up in a rack. We never stop the fire burning in the camp. Hey, turn up the heat in the lamp. Stand let me see the boy say, oh, I come for scam me. Run up him out, not smoking on the wrong way. Look at him high boy, he come for cancer. Select the play all the record on the wrong speed. I send them trotting along, I'm just singing my song. With Don Roger, soul fire in a combination. I say we look up the bang, I tell them none wrong. Say the other not the prayer, so please come along. We go it. Muscle device from cross the nation. Guyana, US and over England. We down to India where the Roger come from. In a village in a town run sound system. And we bring the vice man from 91. We cross the world before Instagram. We'll place real time when big things are run. We walk and we talk with Jaja plan. So maybe see the boy face who a try scam me. Run up him out, must be smoking the wrong way. Look in the eye, boy, he come here if he can't see. Tell him selector that the record and the wrong. Because I'm trotting along, I'm just singing my song. The Don Roger soul fire in a combination. I say we lick up the bang and tell them nothing wrong. I said the order and the place, so please come along. I'm trotting along, I'm just singing my song. The Don Roger soul fire in a combination. I say we lick up the bang and tell them nothing wrong. And we said the order just please come along. Thinking never living and mentally strong. So let's go on the rhythm, let me ride it all night long. Till the night become the dawn. And then the early man, somebody show the total in the follow back on man. And a king of kings, and coming on the battle when the arrows in my fling. When I can say it twice, if I heard it first thing, be mindful of the message that me bring. This a thing that me really want to know.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time.
Gotta get familiar with.
But no, we no follow, we a leader. Or from where born in a they get you when we bleed ya. No matter what happen, we no need ya. Make ya the pain and make we stronger fi achieve ya. Said I'm trotting along, I'm just singing my song. They done the Raja soul fire in a combination. I said we lick up the bang and tell them nothing around. How we said the order, so please come along. La la la, yes, John.
Catchy Indian soul fire, just singing my song. You know how we do. It's Monday. We're gonna motivate you with that great music, great vibe. When I get back with you, we're gonna have the news headlines from the Government Information Service for today, Monday. But this one comes out of Mr. Nas featuring Natural Black, a great rendition.
Yeah, man, it's a blur, you know. Okay, yeah, man. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want. Yeah, yeah. Worries when the youth them side the truth and start refine the frequencies where them mind are use and purify them thoughts and them desires too while meditating in a little quiet room. And worries when them realize the earth is a living being and we assist the revolution by living clean. But with this 5G magnetical killing field, destruction and them only possibility. Tell you what I want. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want.
Oh, yeah, hear them a go feel. Never this Selassie, I will bust this ever see. Oh, yeah, hear them a go feel. Every extra government fi bow down and kneel. Revolution must be solution. Speak out your message to the institution. Them and them corruption bring peer pollution. That now go help build with generation.
Yeah. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try to better and the system try to turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want. Pyramid abon pressure bus pipe and again fire heights fire burning. Tell you what I want.
What's a whoa? That's the voice of the Archangel, Kabaka Pyramid and Pressure Bus Pipe. I'd like to apologize. I made a mistake with that one. The operator hit the wrong one. But you know how we do it. Around this time, we got to drop the news headlines from the Government Information Service for today, Monday. And they read Guyana depending strategic partnership as spring meeting in Washington. King Beto relays showcase unity, shared values, and among Commonwealth nations, so says PM Phillips. GTA Business Clinic employs entrepreneurs to strengthen operations. over 1,200 personal utilities and government skills contracts app. 15 megawatt power boost to set improved electricity reliability in Linden. Digital ID system transfer public service delivery nationwide. New system to cut diagnostic wait times. 58.5 million agro-processing facility opens in Region 3. Over 175,000 eye tests completed on the national program, and children elderly care centers to be established in every NDC. Those are a few of the news headlines from the Government Information Service for today, Monday. You can get more details on their page on the dpi.gov.gy. Gotta stay glued to the rush. You know how we do it different today, Monday. We give you that great music, that great vibe to motivate you, and of course, to keep you going.
It's a joy, you know. Easy. Free the minds and the soul. Slow. And it's the blessing and beyond. Yeah, aye. Oh. Lay down my burdens. I'm gonna rest my weary. I'm gonna find my meditation. And there I'll have my breath. Easy skanking. Skanking it slow. Easy skanking. Letting you know. Excuse me while I light my split. Oh God, but I gotta take a little. From reality, you just can't dream. That's why I'm staying with this dream. So take it easy. But I want to take it slow down. Take it easy. Come and let the good vibes flow. My time feel nice, I don't wanna go home. Sleep to my culture, no more will I roam. Let me see the joyfulness, let it show. Because the love will take it slow. We're taking it easy. We're taking it slow. We're taking it easy. We got to take it slow. So take it easy. But I'm gonna take it slow. Take it slow. Take it easy. I just wanna let you know, that the easy skanking. Skanking is slow. Easy skanking. Letting you know. You know the vibes of the reggae music. Them are the majority people choose it. So me and me gonna do abuse it. No rest, so no I'm gonna lose it. Look for my wine, honey for my strong drink. Look for my wine, and honey for my strong drink. Excuse me while I light my speed. Oh God, I gotta take a lift. From reality, you just can't dream. That's why I'm staying with the spirit. So take it easy. Light up on me, take it easy. I just wanna let you know that we're easy skanking. So it's skanking it slow. So not to dread it bubbling. Gonna tell you what I know. My life things nice, they don't wanna go home. Snuggle up because I no more when I roam. Want to see the joy when you and there will be pressure no more.
Oh yeah, he's a skanking is love.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time. Jack.
Easy. Always a easy as you go down the roadway. That's the voice of Mr. Notch featuring Natural Black with that great rendition. Easy skanking. You know how we do it. It's Monday Motivational Mondays. We motivate you with that music. And of course, coming up in the second hour, we got some great discussion coming up. Don't touch that dial. Don't go nowhere.
Tell them already, we go tell them again. Tell them already, we go tell them again. That brother and the fireman and then the whole of them. This sound are a real champion. Aye. Tell them already, we go tell them again. Tell them already, we go tell them again. Run go tell your auntie, your uncle and a them. So by your Dan Roger back again. Sit down on the rhythm and me make a man know. Me say me come here so fi run things ya so. Nobody tested down with the lyrical flow. Only one DJ nice to show. Hey. Rest for the sound on the streets where I grow. Batman around but me wanna roll. They want to me crown but don't have a glow. Don't cross me line, never do. Hey. You never know what's a make and conquerors. Drop another rhythm past me, them my cross. Operator mix me down and when the lyrics them a boss. People gather round in a rush. But that is the king if you feel anxious. In a long thing with none to discuss. Tell a boy say me no come here so be force. In a bad man style tune a cut. Bad man style tune a cut. Tell him already and again. We not play the game is how we set the trend. Bad man don't big, neither bad and neither lid. Money in my pocket, manga money come to spin. Can go press a button if you think that pretend. But these days with the mellow mood. Just be wise and approach it down with gratitude. The bad man thing you're not just about the attitude. You have to show me that you really have the aptitude. Come now say you're wicked, come now say you're wild. Come now and Roger in a bad man style. See them on the rhythm and me make a man low. Me say me come here so fi run things ya so. Nobody tested down with the lyrical flow. Only one DJ nice to show. Rest for the sound on the streets where I grow. Batman around but me wanna roll. They want to me crown but don't have a clue. Don't cross me line, never do. Me say the Indian me back a man from 92. Bust up the chart when you was at school. Go round the world and I make you feel cool. Come down again pon the tune. Never trouble me, I may never trouble you. Nobody can come and walk in on me shoe. Tell me who are them man, tell me who are you. You better warn them man, tell them what they do. I ramp a me no joke right in the venue. Just hold fire there, man, in my past too. You can't test the rasp man pon the big tune. Sing, sit down pon the rhythm and me make a man know. Me say me come here so fi run things ya so. Nobody test it down with the lyrical flow. Only one DJ nice to show. Rest on the sound on the streets where I grow. Batman around but me wanna roll. And they want to me crown but don't have a glow. Don't cross me line, never do. Hey, in a bad man style tune a cut. I say original Dan Roger Apache and all the way from the UK, you know, so don't play. Alongside my brother for along the way, soul fire. Always give you more fire. I know it's a big collaboration again, I know so we don't mix and blend. A bad man style again, man. We tell me how you boy.
Yep, you know how we do. We drop and bust that new music right here each and every day of the week. Yeah, go tell a friend. Yeah, that new music, new vibe right here in the Rush Guyana's Industry Show. Around this time, we got the motivational quote of the day. Yes, take it away, Martin.
Yes, and the quote for today reads, "Keep your face towards the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you." I'll repeat, keep your face towards the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you.
There's a bit of physics too, you know. Because, you know, if you're keeping your face to the sunshine, that means the sun shining in your direction, right? So that means the light is going to pass you and your shadow will be behind you. So you face the light. I love that. And now I love that motivational quote. Read that one more time for me.
And that reads, keep your face towards the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you.
Yep, keep your face to the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. Just about 20 minutes to the top of the hour. So today we're going to be talking about lots of things today. We're going to talk about current affairs. We're going to be talking about the conditions of what is happening on the roadways with vehicular, with those, motorists on the roadway. And we got so much more to talk about. You can hit me up on +592-641-0945, or you can hit Martin up on
305-713-8595.
Or of course, leave your comments and your questions in the comments section. We got so much more music, more vibes. Stay glued to the rush. Don't touch the dial. Of course, if you're driving, take it easy.
Why? I not take on no stress. I not take on no stress.
Yeah, Why? I not take on no stress. I not take on no. I keep my head to the sky, my 2 feet on the ground. As I try through this life, I not take on no stress. I'm gonna be just fine, but I ain't gonna deny. Almost lost my mind. I not take on no stress. Don't you get me frustrated. I'm trying to keep on elevating. I can't afford to lose my cool. No, I and I can't farm food. Something's telling me I'm the greatest. With a split on my lip. I keep my head to the sky, my 2 feet on the ground. As I try through this life, I not take on no stress. I'm gonna be just fine, but I ain't gonna deny. Almost lost my mind. I not take on no stress. Hey, move, no pressure me, no. Come with some positive energy, yeah. No, me no want hear about the war. No, I know much man dead out so far. Well, look how long we tell them self stop it. When you speak out, it's like them want to change the topic. The man who build the weapon, them still a make the profit. Do the worst crime and want take off in a rocket. Me know them want cut and left the planet. So now get hot, them can't stand it. This year one you hit harder than granite. Anything them not like them want bomb it. But I won't let them stress out my brain. I won't sit down and complain. Roll my spliff up and light the flame. I keep my head to the sky, my 2 feet on the ground. As I trot through this life, I not take on no stress. I'm gonna be just fine, but I ain't gonna deny. Almost lost my mind. I not take on no stress. I keep my head to the sky, my 2 feet on the ground. As I trot through this life, I not take on no stress. I'm gonna be just fine, but I ain't gonna deny. Almost went crazy. I not take on no stress.
Fight the power, we are fighting, we rise. Fight the power, we are fighting, we rise. Fight the power, we are fighting, we rise.
Them a fight the power, we are fighting, we rise. Fight the power, we are fighting, we rise. Say them a fight the power, we are fighting, we rise. Every man born free and judge our side. I must stand firm in this time like a warrior. Bad mind precept, come there we go bury ya. Me a take a scary song, you have to get real. Oh, why you puffing out your chest and not a big deal? Man a crack Babylon with a 1-2 heavyweight. Hit a dash fire when me come through. Man, what you want do? You know me nice. Big live, fuck out with the devil pan ice. Because me born in July, tell me grow up to fight. Now go lay down, me have to stand the forwards right. I know me born in the light, tell me grow up to fight. Soldier on the front line, have to stand the forwards right. I'm on a warrior like the name in the lick. Big sword swinging Babylon. Watch a neck, man, a warrior like me name Gilgamesh. Pass the whole coming, but them now want taste. Them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Say them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. These done in darkness, keep dragging like the light. And them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Say them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Every man born free in Jaja's side. Ring the bell, fire come out swinging. Jah Almighty, away me bringing. Just like a bag of killer bees, the way I'm singing. All these devils with my bars every time I'm singing. Kick them like a ball and beat them like a rusted nail. Pound for pound, round for round, now me not go fail. Beat the boys the body, make them lock me down the jail. Call me ever fresh because me not go stale. And that's a minimal. I'm on a criminal, but bag the boy up. Go and get ready for the funeral. And that's a minimal. I'm on a criminal, but bag the boy up and go and get ready for the funeral. A warrior like me name in the lick. Big sword swinging Babylon. Watch out, they come on a warrior like me name Gilgamesh. Pass the whole coming, but them now want it. Never fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Say them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. These done in darkness, keep tracking on the light. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Say them a fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Every man born free in Jaja's side. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. These done in darkness, get tracking at the light. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Fight the power, we a fight till we rise. Every man born free in Jaja's side.
I love this one coming out of Soul Fire. Fight the power, we are fight for the right. And you know, one of the things I love about that song, he mentioned the Sumerian god Gilgamesh. You know what I mean? I don't know if people like heard that in the song. Did you hear that, Martin? When he says swinging his sword like Gilgamesh. Well, that's a pretty interesting track coming out of Soul Fire on the Young Trip Rhythm. We got more music, more vibe. Of course, at the top of the hour, we got to go pay them bills and come right back. You know how we do in the rush. Stay. We got more music, more vibe.
Exploitation of the meek is a cowardly act. Incarceration of the innocent, theft of life, state-sponsored murder of the people is violent. It's a crime against humanity. The powerful will do what you let them do. Politicians are not doing what you elect them to. The rich are getting richer, middle class is on the floor, and the poverty-stricken can't even get to the back door. We need to rules freedom today. Hey, we need to rules freedom, I say. We need to rules freedom today. Hey, we need to freedom, I say. When the roads get rocky and longer, and you sense the danger, just reach out to thy neighbors, cause a good friend won't let you down. The tyrants rule the town, them shove you to the ground. Nip on your neck, bulletin on your back. Murderers, them dip on your track. We need to rules freedom today. We need to rules freedom, I say. We need to rules freedom today. We need to rules freedom, I say. Oppression are the mission, uprising is a must. Potato the weapon, no charitable trust. Life without
Bondage without chains. Can't make your own decision. Real without gains. Footprints and parasites. Them heart full of spite. Them a weaponized religion. Stand up for your rights. May the sun shine on you in prosperity. Free of subjugation. We need to mark our rules, freedom today.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi. Always representing 90s music all the time.
I say, we need to mark our rules, freedom today. Hey, we need to mark our rules, freedom. I say, I'm gonna lean on my brothers. Whoa, whoa. And my brothers can lean on me. Brothers can lean on me. You see, I'm gonna call on my sisters. Yeah. And my sisters can call on me. Sisters can call on me. Whoa, whoa. We need to mark our rules, freedom today. Hey, we need to mark our rules, freedom. I say, we need to mark our rules, freedom today. Hey, we need to mark our rules, freedom. I say. Freedom Day today. Freedom Day today.
That music, that vibe from 83,000 square miles. Got to get familiar with it only right here in the Rush. You're going to get that music from 83,000 square miles. That different music, of course, with that collaboration from those people from across the Caribbean region. Big shout out to the guys in the Cayman Islands again. What a go on. Hope you guys having a great morning. Of course, in Guyana, in the capital city, it's a bit, it's nice and cool. It's not sunny as yet. It's not hot. Stay glued to the Rush. We got so much more music at the top of the hour. We got to step aside, pay them bills, come right back, and we gonna kick off today's discussion.
Majesty, Archangel, Fire Princess. They said the fire of the blaze. Man take offense and them say, can't be too dread nowadays. I and I no fear dirty Bobby wrong. See them and them evil us way. Them corrupted depart from his majesty. Highly I Selassie I we pray. Now, Rastaman policy is peace and love. So burn out the enmity, the hate and the grudge. Grudge because the vengeance of the flame don't budge. Because we're born as the warriors of flames and blood. We not go dwell up with the scholars and pigs in mouth. Cause anything not right is get an instant gun. So wolf are coming like a sheep play clown. Don't think like you're wise like the great Solomon. Instead the fire of you blaze. Woman take offense and them say, can't be too dread nowadays. I and I no fear dirty Bobby wrong. See them and them evil us ways. Them corrupted depart from his majesty. Highly I Selassie I we pray. Now just make and balance. When the earth return to naturality. Why man to man is so unjust a pedigree. As it was, you know it never shall be. Hey, just wait and balance. Judgment I go catch you, Mr. Wickedy. In a nuclear, in a fair technology. Man to woman, a life energy. Hey, they said the fire of the blaze. Man take offense and them say, can't be too dread nowadays. I and I no fear dirty Bobby wrong. See them and them evil us ways. Them
corrupted depart from his majesty. I Selassie, I we pray. Now, let me know. Jehovah God, it's hard to be yourself beyond the wall. Cause nowadays the Rasta preaching Paul, that's why them fire on a stall. Liberty is on a string, that's summer ball. I thought them was a real, but that's a fall. Like them na yes, a lotsy call. Them sit down in a bar with alcohol. Them choose to stoop to conquer, that's a fall.
Always representing Chinese music
you
all
look
the
the
time.
bad, but really you're a fraud. Don't call yourself a liar, you're a fraud. I mean, let the fire of the blaze. Man take offense and them say, can't be too dread nowadays. I and I no fear dirty Babylon. See them and them evilous face. Them corrupted depart from his majesty. I Selassie, I we pray. Now, yeah.
Fire burn them drugs. Yo, I not DP Records is not lie. Hey, Rasta see it practically, and then me want the proper color. Like everybody popping Molly, then it's barely going on in the alley. Rasta see it actually, and then me want the proper color. And them would rather pop a Molly than it's barely going on. For sheer spliff nowadays I just can't bother. Cause some in only rolling up the weed with grabber. No, it's all kinds of other things they're putting inside. Talking about it make them bother. So there's no love for them one another. And there's no enough feed them mama and them dada. Who in sniffing them a swallow. I not just now follow past me chalwa. Rasta see yeah, man, you listen to Malachi. And then they want the proper color. Like everybody popping Molly, then it's barely going on in the alley. Rasta see it actually. Them don't support the ganja rally. And them would rather pop a Molly than it's somebody gonna murder. Hey. If it's not Molly, then the sugar and the eggs. White rum, cocaine and cigarettes. Sprite with cough, syrup and Xanax. It's only Jah know where them coming with next. I know we mashing up the youth, them excited when I trigger figure press. Said them want see inside of somebody flesh. Them like when people dead. Why? Rasta see color. Them me want the proper color. Like everybody popping Molly, then it's barely going on in the alley. Rasta see it actually. Them don't support the ganja rally. And them would rather pop a Molly than it's barely going on. Enough youths get caught in the web. But this time you need to reflect on yourself and show some respect. Your parents' teachings, don't forget. Mindful of the friends you select. But influence that get the check. Anytime, anywhere we get the check, you know we step it, get recheck. Hey, Rasta see it practically. And then me want the proper color. Everybody popping Molly, then it's barely going on in the alley. Rasta see it actually. Them don't support the ganja rally. And them would rather pop a Molly than somebody gonna murder. Rasta see it practically. And them me want the color. Everybody popping Molly, then it's barely going on in the alley. Rasta see it actually. And then me want the color. Like everybody popping Molly, then it's robbery and
Shakedown Entertainment presents the Barbados Excursion 2026. After the success of 2025, we are doing it all over again from the 23rd of April to the 3rd of May. 7 or 10-day options based on 2 people sharing. Book for 7 days. Flight and accommodation. Early bird, $1,095 or 10 days for $1,295 depending on when you book. Subject to availability. Party theme nights. Entertainment wristband pass is £300. Added attractions are Hoistings Fish Friday and our bus tour of Barbados. Music from the UK's top DJs and sounds. To book your deposit, call SN Travel on 0207 254 0136 or 07 511 272 227. Sponsored by slamradio.co.uk and barbadosexcursion.net. The party holiday of a lifetime.
When you need quality, affordable machinery parts, Eddie's Machinery Parts Supplies is there for your needs. Bobcat, Doosan, Yanmar, Isuzu, Kubota, and other machinery parts. Parts ranging from seal kits, bushings, pins, alternators, starters, solenoids, filters, mufflers, water and oil cylinders, fans and switches. We also stock engine rebuild kits, undercarriage parts, rubber and metal tracks, rollers, motors, sprockets and buckets, lubricant, engine, hydraulic oil, gear oil and grease for your machinery. 83 Old Road, Eccles, East Bank, Demerara. Contact us on 698-0535 or WhatsApp 600-3619 or 233-2635.
Need help disposing of those large items your standard garbage service won't or can't remove? Looking to get rid of old furniture? Not sure how to ditch those old appliances you stored away in your basement or backyard? Have construction debris to remove? Having a bunch of junk lying around can be an eyesore. And not to mention, failure to get garbage pickup can cause problems like bacteria and mold growth. Finally ready to get rid of your excess garbage? Well, no need to worry. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Let the friendly professionals at Solomon Garbage and Junk Removal Services handle it for you. Why not turn to the #1 source for safe, fast, affordable, and of course, environmentally friendly trash hauling services in the New York tri-state area? Do it for you. We handle commercial and residential jobs. Everything and anything goes. Contact us at 347-898-2419 or 347-336-8526 or visit us on the web at SolomonGarbageandJunkRemoval.com. Let us do your dirty work for you.
You ever been to Miami Beach? Shakedown Entertainment presents the Miami Beach Excursion from the 3rd to the 13th of October 2026. 7 to 10 day options based on 2 people sharing 4-star, 5-star hotels. Fly business class or economy. Visit the Miami Carnival, Catamaran Boat Party, Club Nightlife and upscale lounges. Visit Ocean Drive, South Beach, Shop and Dine, the boat tour of Biscayne Bay. Rep your island colors, back to school parties, pastel colors parties, and many more. All this with the UK's TC Ford, C6, Village Sound, DJ Pico, and ELC, plus more to be confirmed. Host Tony F, Big C, and Ike B. More information shortly. Call 07 511 272 227. Miami Beach Excursion. It's going to be a movie.
Shakedown Entertainment presents the Soca vs. Bashment Clash on Saturday the 6th of June at Swakey's 174 Goldwalk Road, W12BHU. Repping Soca, the defending champions, Spice Out Sound featuring Selector Spice, DJ Governor, Repping Bashment, Village Sound and DJ Quincy. Both teams will be playing a 90s round and an up-to-date round and a dubplate round. A ballot box will decide who takes the coveted cup of Soca vs. Bashment. Your referee, TC Ford, music by Slam Radio DJs. Get your limited early bird tickets for £7. Standard tickets £10 and it'll be £15 on the door. For more information, call 07511 272 227. Soca vs. Bashment, supported by slamradio.co.uk and Slap and Tickle 2006.
The views, information, or opinions expressed during this program are solely those of the host, guests, and callers involved in the program and do not necessarily represent the views of its management, other hosts, or advertisers. It is not responsible and does not verify for accuracy any of the information contained in this radio program. This program does not constitute medical or professional advice and is solely for entertainment purposes only.
Oh Lord, please. Yeah, on your way home to Zion, make sure your hands is pure and clean. Iron sharpen iron. Do you know what I mean? Your heart got to be true.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time.
On the days of my life, we are all children of the Most High. Put away your sadness, don't cry, so stand up tall. Be wise and use your third eye. Rastafari go before I. We are all children of the Most High. Put away your sadness, don't cry, so stand up tall. Be wise and use your third eye. Said them are the general in the garrison. Them never know highly Selassie had the high principle. High priest, high king. Remember how you take your first breath out on him. If you coulda, woulda, shoulda know everything. If you did a plant up the mountain, carve the spring. Brother did a chant and a sing saying it. A righteousness prevail and a righteousness we sing. We are all children of the Most High. Put away your sadness, don't cry, so stand up tall. Be wise and use your third eye. Rastafari go before I. We are all children of the Most High. Put away your sadness, don't cry, so stand up tall. Be wise and use your third eye. Rastafari go before I.
Yeah, man, you listen to Malachi.
Never will retire. Ever since there was a youth, me grandpa said me fi retire. Blaze up the fire. Fun them dirty hater, wanna love me. See them bread a rise and generate the paper. Blaze up the fire. Ever will retire. Ever since there was a youth, me grandpa said me fi retire. Blaze up the fire. Fun them dirty hater, wanna love me. See them bread a rise and generate the paper. On your way home to Zion, make sure your hands is pure and clean. Iron sharpen iron. Oh, do you know what I mean? Your heart got to be true, but your words and your deeds will follow you all the days of your life. Now, all the days of my life. We are all children of the stand up tall. Be wise and use your third eye. Rastafari. Yeah.
I see you ain't doing well. Yes, my brother, I can tell. And I can smell the truth. And it don't smell too good. No, it don't smell too good. Yeah. You run gone with a bag of ammunition. Pan the back of field, figure fulfill your mission. You, Mr. Uniform, dude, look what you do. Yeah. Carrying out all your dance from search, and you don't know what you're fighting for. You, Mr. Uniform Dude, look what you do. And all these scars, tell me who reaps the benefit. Tell me who. Mama still crying, what her baby's still dying. Yeah, who reaps the benefit? Tell me who. Tell me who. Yeah. Tell me that you can't hear them scream. Yeah. And life for them's an awful dream.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi. Always
nothing is what it seems. And it don't look too good. No, it don't look too good. Nothing is what it seems. You're living faces of war. And all these scars, tell me who reaps the benefit. Tell me who. Mama's still crying, her baby's still dying. Who reaps the benefit? Tell me who. Bomba drop, oh what a trouble. Grandma and grandpa still under the rubble. You, Mr. Uniform Dude, look what you do. Yeah. President got the champagne and a laugh out loud. Civilians and soldiers are bleed out their blood. You, Mr. Uniform Dude, look what you do. Yeah. You run gun with your pack of ammunition. And the battlefield and go fulfill the mission. You, Mr. Uniform Dude, look what you do. Carrying out all the others from search, and you don't know what you're fighting for. You, Mr. Uniform Dude. You, Mr. Uniform Dude. Hey. I see you in doing well. Yes, my people, I can tell. And I can smell the truth. And it don't smell too good. No, it don't smell too good. Yeah, these faces of war. Tell me who reaps the benefit. Tell me who. Mama, she's crying. Babies are dying. Who reaps the benefit? Tell me who. And I see faces of war. And all these scars, yeah, who reaps the benefit? Tell me who. Mama, she's crying, baby's still dying. Who reaps the benefit? Yeah, tell me who.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi. One aim, one destiny, one king of kings. Haile Selassie the first. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. Cease your fire in Lebanon, yeah. Cease your fire in Pakistan, yeah. Cease your fire in Afghanistan. African, Indian, Europeans, we all are one. Created by the masterful hand. Don't let segregation divide you, man. Uplift the rights and put away the wrongs. No negative, positivization. The fire got to cease your fire in Guyana. Cease your fire Venezuela. Cease your fire in Jamaica. Let consciousness rule all over. Instead of this tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness poverty and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. While the youth them searching for an honest life. Tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness race, hate and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. Rasta man I tell them we hail highly high. Hand wash hand, make hands come clean. Not the one who could have preferred to be mean. Don't think about the future, to them it's just a dream. Then come around and act like them supreme. Rasta don't join them team. Earth is the fullness thereof. I and I got to share up. Instead of this tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness poverty and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. While the youth them searching for an honest life. Tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness race, hate and striving. This tug of our life. Rasta man tell them we hail highly high.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing 90s music all the time.
Over land and distances, the people keep calling for relief. Them say too much civilian casualties can't make out identity in the midst of hunger and disease. That's not what we need in this tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness poverty and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. While the youth them searching for an honest life. Tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness race, hate and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. Cease your fire in Lebanon, yeah. Cease your fire in Pakistan, yeah. Cease your fire in Gaza land. African, Indian, Europeans, we all are one. Created by the masterful hand. Don't let segregation divide you, man. Uplift the right, put away the wrong. No negative, positivization. That's why you got to cease your fire in Guyana. Cease your fire Venezuela. Cease your fire in Jamaica. Let consciousness rule all over. Instead of this tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness poverty and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. While the youth them searching for an honest life. Tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness race, hate and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. Rasta man tell them we hail highly high. Tug of our life, tug of our life. Every day we witness poverty and striving. This tug of our life, tug of our life. While the youth them searching for an honest life.
Yeah man, you're listening to Malachi.
There's no doubt about this reality. Mankind has become lovers of themselves. Who shall escape this judgment? Who shall stand in righteousness and proclaim his name? I, the Selassie, the first who sits upon the throne. Yeah.
I give them love everything they ever wanted. For my goodness, they reward me with evil looking. Preserve my soul, oh child. Protect me from them and those who have no love at all. Hide me from the counsel of the wicked ones. They're after my soul. Make haste to deliver me, oh Jah. Hear my voice, oh hear my plea. No weapon formed against I shall prosper. I will forever dwell in the house of the Most High King. Yes, the Most High God. My God, my King, He's my everything. Protect me on my going out and coming in. My God, my King, He's my everything. everything. Love and joy he brings. My God, my King, he's my everything. Protect me on my going out and coming in. My God, my King, he's my everything. Good Lord, their hearts are full of discontent, bitterness, jealousy, and grudge. The more they get it, the more they want. It's always be those who are close to you. I remember they did sell out the cry for 30 pieces of silver. The offspring of Judas in this time will sell you out for less than 30 pieces of silver. Good gosh.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time.
Protect me, I'm not going out and coming in. My God, my King, he's my everything. Love and joy he brings. My God, my King, he's my everything. Protect me, I'm not going out and coming in. My God, my King, he's my everything. I will forever give praises unto him. Bless your shield around I, oh child. Protect me with the true substance that keep life together. Heat, air, and water shall surely serve. Call him by his name, it's a known prophecy. Hold not thy peace, O God of my prayer. The wicked is always standing there. My God, my King, he's my everything. Protect me, I'm not going out and coming in. My God, my King, he's my everything.
My God, my King. Just about 21 minutes after the hour, we're back with you in the Rush, Guyana's Industry Show. I am the Afropolitan with my co-host Martin Al-Ameen. That was the voice of the artist Redemption with that real strong affirmation on a Monday. Before him, it was Tug of War Life from Lambi I and the Promise No Promise as well. And of course, we kicked off the second hour with We Are One from a phenomenal artist by the name of Archangel. You know how we do right here in the Rush around this time. We gotta get into today's discussion. Of course, you can hit me up on +592 641 0945. You leave your comments or your questions in the comment section, or you can hit Martin up on
305-713-8595.
All right, so today we want to kick off today's discussion with a bit of an experience, that we kind of like, I really have to share with the general public and, Guyanese in the diaspora and stuff who's going to come home and all that. One of the things, I think the government really, really, really has to take stringent measures, or as per se, draconian measures to get some of these minibus drivers in line or take away their driver's license. So over the weekend, my wife and I decided, okay, we're going to have some fun. We're going to go a couple of places, but we didn't decide to use the chauffeur. We decided, okay, we got to just, go use public transportation, see what's happening in town, see what's happening in different parts of the country. So as we were heading up to the stadium from Georgetown, we got into this minibus. It was comfortable in terms of seating. But boy, oh boy, this guy, I don't know if he thought he was on a racetrack. And you can't even say a racetrack because it was a total obstacle course. This guy is using the shoulder of the roadway. He's going through lanes. He's down the middle of the yellow line. He is, all over the place. I'm wondering, like, what is this? And we're passing police. There's several police checkpoints along the way, right, as we go. And believe it or not, the police seem to not see this guy doing all of this madness. On top of that, he's got music blaring at a level like way over 60 decibels of noise, And I'm like, so the police are not enforcing anything?
That song, like, it's called Tug of War Life. I mean, all together, right? You was traveling on one of the busiest weekend with traffic. Remember, they had events happening at the stadium over the weekend, and it was coincidentally a car race, drag race, go-kart type of vibe. So I guess he was just in line.
Bro, I'm telling you, we're literally sitting there, and my wife is saying, we're not doing this again, right? She's not doing that ever. Because that day, it started, we were actually kind of really doing some adventure. We went over the river. We checked out a couple of places on the west side, But I don't know if it was just that day. Like you mentioned, it was a busy day that day. But, bro, everybody was moving. Everything was moving so fast. I was wondering when they gonna slow down. And I'm telling you, super fast.
I do agree that we need some type of regulations within our public-private transportation system, right? Whether that be taxi or buses.
Yeah.
Because I too would have had certain level of experience within my area. They actually had the job fair, right, at the University of Guyana. So as I went around to pick up my daughter from school on Friday, the place was packed. Literally, there was a line from by me all the way to the seawalls, right? And I would believe by extension, the line on both sides.
That's a lot of people, bro. That's hundreds, maybe 1,500, over 1,000 people.
Well, they had foot traffic plus vehicle traffic, so you could imagine dealing with the heat alone, right?
Yeah.
And having to sit in traffic and all these things.
It was a hive of dust.
Exactly. Luckily, we know the back routes to get back home, so we end up taking the back way, where a lot of traffic wouldn't usually drive through the community, and we came back in, but it was crazy. I mean, altogether, we're still having construction on the roadways also within the same facilities. So it is a lot going on at once. I don't knock it. We, of course, welcome development at all levels.
Yeah, but some people overdoing the bro. Some people are overdoing it, like having your sand that you're using in your particular construction on your property. That should not be an encumbrance on the roadway.
I agree.
Your gravel, your stones, whatever, should not be dumped on the roadway.
I agree.
That's straight. Yeah.
Right now, they got the bus and a car parking in front by me, and I planning for charge rent because I don't have a bus and a car, and you parking for me driveway. And the people who actually own the vehicles, everybody in the street got sand on the roadways. So people building the house, that's proven, right? People upgrading their lives and so forth. But at the end, there's a give and take. I got the open vacant driveway. All is welcome with neighbors at the end of the day. We just have to look out for each other and be considerate because other people may be just passing by and don't live in a community like me.
True. You got to keep it to a certain standard too. I don't know, like some people, like I was looking at this this video post on social media where this lady was saying it seems as though everything is blamed on the government, even if the rainfall is blamed on the government. But that was pretty funny. I mean, that whole skit that she did was pretty funny. It kind of highlighted the social mindset of what's happening in the space in Guyana presently as well, and we need to definitely work on that mindset. A lot is happening for Guyana, as in the news said earlier. Guyana is signing a lot of treaties and stuff like that. Of course, moving ahead with oil and gas production. But while we're doing that, we have to be also aware that, hey, there's a war also going on in the world. All right. And a lot of people seem to not understand that if metropolitan countries, if the US, Europe, and these, as we say, first world countries are suffering the brunt of the energy crisis that's happening due to the war, then what would happen to Guyana, who is relatively now an oil producing nation? And I want people to open their minds.
Well, we'd have to pray for that, because I would have seen over time, and I too get frustrated with the way things is happening. And I say, man, well, I would always encourage Guyanese to come home, or even if you're not Guyanese, come visit Guyana. But at some point, as you question things and say, you know what? Yeah, stay where you are. It's all right. Because when I come home, I would have acknowledged ahead of time that Guyana is moving fast in growth in sectors, right? Collectively, private sector still have to develop themselves and come online, do certain things.
Yes, I'm being totally selfish.
Still rolling out new mechanisms like the ID cards and all these things.
Yeah.
So it's trial by error, unfortunately, and we are the ones witnessing it. But I do hope that when it's all said and done, the next generation should be able to benefit holistically.
Well, I am so passionate about change in the system, because a lot of people believe it's about, it's about the people and changing the government. No. I keep emphasizing that it's more of a systematic problem where, because our laws, which are archaic, our system connected to those laws also will be prehistoric, and that creates this cluster. And I think a lot of people could finish up that phrase I'm using there. It's a cluster. You understand? So because of that cluster, it leaves those loopholes and openings for corruption. Individuals who don't see the need to operate under the rule of law. And it leaves a lot of decisions up to individuals. So it's up to how they feel. So if they wake up today and they're not in a good mood, then that is then passed down to people who are traveling miles to come to get a service from a government entity. That should not be happening.
Agreed. Many a times, right, people would be overseas and they would look at things and say, oh, well, Guyana is this way, Guyana is the way, and so forth. I mean, I can't say I would have done it in a sense because I kept coming back to Guyana.
Yeah.
But as long as you're overseas, as long as you're out of Guyana, even if you're in Guyana, I think that we should all be working towards positive productivity.
Yeah, better Guyana overall.
Correct. Because we had this slogan going around for quite some time, the one Guyana. People ran with it and now left it in the corner in some sense, just like everything else that we usually pick up wholesale.
Yeah.
And now we're back to reality in a sense, whereby we're not fighting a racial mechanism or system in a sense, but we are fighting
amongst ourselves.
Correct. And that makes it even harder for us to understand, well, hey, we should be working together as individuals, collectively as Guyanese. We should be moving things in the manner it's supposed to be.
True.
You know?
But one of the things I've heard, and this is just like listening to a couple of the talk show personalities and their guests talk about the certain types of divide in Guyana. At one point in time, one of the panelists was saying it had more to do with a racial divide. And what was interesting to me was one of them, they said that no, it wasn't a racial divide, it was more of a class division happening in Guyana. And if we really step back and really analyze it from, let's say, 30,000 feet up, you realize that really it's a class divide that then is kept in motion by the system that is in place. All right, because look, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Guyana, I think, is the only place presently that has descendants of old colonial slave owners that are still here, that actually still own the properties from colonial time.
I'm telling you.
And that's a crazy fact about Guyana. A lot of people don't do in-depth research and realize, wait a minute, aren't certain names, aren't they connected with the people who colonized Guyana in the first place? Because there are a lot of names and a lot of people, families who are still here. I'm not saying it in a negative way, but I'm just making highlight to it that this still exists. And people feel it doesn't.
I mean, I saw a post the other day over the weekend, and somebody said the Indo-Guyanese community is in Geneva arguing for reparations for the Black community for Guyana.
Yeah.
While the Afro-Guyanese, they're on S, right? And of course, I wouldn't say the S because as Guyanese, that will come in next.
Yeah, we know what coming next. It's amazing, bro. I mean, listen, you know, one of the things that I kind of want to straighten too, because I don't think people get it in Guyana. The reason, and this is something I have personally taught my children, right? That one, and they've seen me through my actions, so they know how I am. This thing about what the color of your skin is or what your eye color is ain't nothing to me, right? Because the funny thing about Guyana is that we are so intertwined and interwoven, right? But there are some people in our community that try to use certain things to create strife. For example, back in our colonial times, when the indentured servants came, they were calling them the coolies, even in the UK. And that was an extremely disrespectful, and still is extremely disrespectful word to use towards people of Indian descent in Guyana and Indians overall. And we all know the next word, which we don't like other people to call us, which is the N-word. So why do people propagate, oh, well, you know, we could use it because they use it to themselves, so we could use it too. So if you're in the subway and a white guy says the N-word to you, I guess you can feel pleased because, you know, hey, Anybody could use it. And
You
some
know
people
what?
go ahead.
That so I was a part of a debate online also over the weekend. While
Yeah.
nothing did happen, for me in the reality of the spectrum, and the digital platforms had a lot of activities. So one of the discussion was exactly that. An artist dropped a song titled Coolie Girl something, and somebody mentioned it. Well, this shouldn't be, right? While the other side of people say, well, people like Mystic pretty much travel the world with his
Singing the
hit
same
song,
thing. Yeah.
Dubai,
Right.
right? And he's of Indo descent.
Correct.
Now, what is wrong with that of a guy from African descent singing the same thing pretty much?
All right, good. Now, hold on. Just before you continue, just juxtapose that with, because you remember you said, what is wrong with an African guy singing that? But you mentioned Mystic. There's a difference. Mystic is Indian. So he says that word, right? You agree?
Correct.
Good. Now, the black guy saying that is tantamount to, let's
They
reverse
say
the
the N-word.
Thank you very much.
While I agree, and this is probably just me feelings personally, all them words have no effect on me. Right?
No,
I might
we
just
know
be
we
the
don't pay
special one.
attention to it, but that's us. But the general society, general jam, public out there, they have a totally different take on that. Because people are very territorial and very xenophobic. You understand? So there's a lot of dynamics going on. Because if it's not from, and many a times people misconstrue being racial with racism. There's a difference.
Correct. But how
Jews are racial. And racial has nothing to do with being racist. They're racial in, for example, and I'll give you an example, just quickly for the audience. If they're going to spend their money, they're not going to go spend it with nobody else but a fellow brother, a fellow Jew.
Yeah.
And that fellow Jew is going to repeat that same cycle. That is racial because you're buying from your own people, you're supporting your own. That's what our people don't do. But then we infight, which absolutely makes no sense.
How does one of a Guyanese descent in general, I don't care which part of the Guyana you're from, but as a Guyanese, how do we come to grips with that? Because even I think last year or year before, they would have altered the definitions or the name of how to characterize people as Guyanese of Indo descent, Guyanese of African descent, and so forth.
Right.
How do I explain to a man, well, here's what happened. My forefathers are European, right? And African directly, because there's the slaves and the slave masters. And then if you come down a little bit, my grandmother looks like a Portuguese woman. My mother looks like a Douglas woman. Me hair and facial structures mix up. And if you see my children, you ain't gonna know if I see father or not.
No, but the thing that knocks me out, right? That tells me that a lot of these people who are in the institutions are not smart. Like, for example, you mentioned Afro or Indo descent, right? You use those words if you're on radio because nobody can see the individual. But if you put a picture up of the individual with their name, there is no need but to use the word Guyanese.
Exactly.
Yo, bro, sometimes I'm thinking, am I in the Twilight Zone? Or like, I'm the only person thinking like this. Like, you can't see. If you're reading a news story, obviously you've got to give the audience the picture. So you've got to describe. Descriptive terminologies then come in. So you can use words like of Afro or Indo. or Amerindian. So that you can give the visual picture. That's because they can't see a picture. But once you have the picture, oh my goodness, man. This is what we talk about the system.
Yes.
Understanding what you are doing is like critical. It's amazing. Like, I don't understand. And then people call themselves, and this is the thing I talk about. People say, oh, we're journalists. But you didn't understand the dichotomy of that. So it's back to the system and understanding that, listen, in order to move Guyana, really, they have to look at the systems and change them, tweak them. Else we can have a frustrated population.
Yeah, individuals also have to change their mindset. Like I was telling a friend earlier, her birthday is coming up, and I said, just make sure you make a donation and you learn something new, because she don't plan to celebrate. It's a regular day. And I said, well, it is not a regular day. It's an extra day, or we could classify as an extra year added to your lifespan.
Yeah.
So nothing is regular about it. While you don't want to celebrate it as a party and thing, do something meaningful so that your last year self will thank your future self.
I'm telling you. And the thing is, Guyana is at a position, I like to call it a growth spurt. It's at the growth spurt place. And it can go so far. But like you mentioned, it's a mentality change that needs to happen, bro. And it needs to happen real fast. I'm glad we're at least playing our part in edifying, providing information, disseminating information, of course, giving solutions to certain problems which we believe can ease and alleviate a lot of the systematic issues that, for example, happens in government and public service areas.
Well, we'll do as much as possible, as long as possible.
Yeah.
As best we can, of course.
Because if we want a developing country, this is the way it has to go. And like we were mentioning earlier, Martin, the ERC and these, for example, these bodies, they have not looked at any of these issues really and understood historically how these things have affected Guyana's growth going forward. Because what it does, it divides the nation and it creates more of a stagnation and polarity pulling between the two sides. And we are not moving at the pace we are supposed to be moving at.
Correct. Well, the ERC body itself would need some definite shuffling, because you cannot be a ethnic relations commission body and only have people of one ethnicity. It's in your name. You defeat the purpose of just having one group of individuals with one mindset, instead of having 6 different faces as Guyana is made
different
up of.
ages. Because one of the things you have to realize is that the youth are very, very important. When we talk about the youth, they have to be included, inclusivity in that. And they have to bring the youth perspective to the board. And we can see this is why a lot of the systems, again, that we're talking about, a lot of the things that are set up and put in place, if you have dinosaurs put in these places and to operate with young people, it's not going to work. The world has moved off of certain things to social media. If you don't understand how to bridge the gap from where you were to what is happening now, you're going to fall back.
Correct.
And
there's a lot of young people doing positive things in society when I look up.
Correct. Yep. That's a fact. So many young people are doing a lot of good things out there and want to contribute to the nation building and nation growth in Guyana. But of course, I mean, the expansion of people's awareness, one, the way they think, two, and you know, I'm going to be elaborating a lot more on this in the second hour, because you know how we do, time really flies in the rush as soon as we start having these discussions. But I want to talk a little bit about the 60th Guyana celebrating its diamond anniversary, you know, in the second hour of today's discussion. Of course, you can hit me up on +592-641-0945. You can hit Martin up as well on
305-713-8595.
Leave your comments or your questions in the comment section. Stay glued to the rush. Of course, we got more music, more vibe. We got to step aside, pay them bills, and come right back. Don't touch the dial. Don't go nowhere.
Lord, what a wicked day. Oh, yeah. The wicked man can run, take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run, take over. Righteousness just take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Hey, you fully use them with your wicked device. Alright, now you have become think twice. Bunch of army rising up, and they used to mag and make the victory go to the beat of cup. Why? Cause there's no waiting time. They get the young rise and they use them wise. You try to make the use them bewitched, but look at how they use them switch now. Run, take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run, take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Run, take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run, take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Never talk about the end of time. Just say he will show us the sign. Never tell we say this judgment will come to the earth was created in a long, long time. Hey, he talk about the nation of vipers, those with the drones and those with the snipers. Me tell us that them wicked from them come out of diapers. All them wicked tell them taking your life, cause the wicked man will run take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Run take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. By your works shall be judged. Every wicked act in the stock. Everything that you put back to back, I said the righteous things will come over and take over wicked intent and take over. Righteousness just take over. All your wicked devices hang over. Run, take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Run, take over. Go and squeeze and go under. All the righteous youth get wiser. Run, take over. Righteousness them take over. You can't fully use them no longer. Hey, righteousness take over. Yeah, oh.
The time we used to share.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi.
And you told me you never disappear. I know you're gone and I'm still alive, living on this memories of life. I've been through all these phases, trying to make it right, living on these memories of life. I've been through all these make things right every day and every night. And now you turn and you walked out of my life. I can't believe what's happening in my sight. I'm living on this ways of life. I've been through all these phases. I don't make it right. Living on these memories of life. I've been through all these phases. I don't make it right. Remember you used to rockin' in the party. You and me shorty. Remember party. You used to make me happy. Girl, what happened? Seems like I'm screwed. Why did you change your plan and bring in something new? I couldn't understand. Some of the things you do. It's just a memory. I've been through all these phases. It's time to make it right. I've been through all these phases. It's time to make it right. I remember the time we used to share it.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi. All Guyanese music all the time.
And you told me you never disappear. And now you're gone and I'm still there. Living on these memories of life. I've been through all these phases. Trying to make it right. Living on these memories of life. I've been through all these phases. Trying to make it right. Hey, remember you used to rockin' in the party. You and me shorty, sipping on my honey. Remember you used to rockin' in the party. You and me shorty. Living on these memories of life. I've been through all these phases. Trying to make it right. Living on these memories.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi.
Lord, it was a bright and sunny day. Oh, I remember. It was a bright and sunny day. I remember when I met her sometime in September. Colors of the rainbow coming down. The first sun rays such a golden sound. It was a bright and sunny day. I remember when I met her sometime in September. Colors of the rainbow coming down. First sun rays such a golden sound. Would have been a vision I holding on to. Would have been my mind.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi.
Rastafari. Would it really be what I've been searching for? Mama said be careful what you're seeking for. A woman that can cook clean that you're searching for. A woman make good love, she not love make good war. You're seeking for, not happy look so far. You're seeking for, now happy look so far. It was a bright and sunny day, I remember when I met her. Sometime in September, colors of the rainbow coming down. First sun rays, such a golden sound. It was a bright and sunny day. I remember when I met her. Sometime in September, colors of the rainbow coming down. First sun rays, such a golden sound. I get lost in her eyes, like stars in the skies. I can't believe it, but it's really for real. The way she make me feel, I wanna believe it. And every time she come around, meditation gets stronger. Make it last a little longer. Yeah, she's loving me naturally. The way she shows she cares for me. Oh, she loves his majesty. Oh, she do my destiny. Oh, she moves so freely with birds. All on the land, yeah. And the rock is so true. Pure and so true. Her
heart is so true. Pure and so true. It was a bright and sunny day. I remember when we met her. Sometime in September, colors of the rainbow coming down. First sun rays, the golden sound. Was a bright and sunny day. I remember when I met her. Sometime in September, colors of the rainbow coming down. First sun rays, the golden sound. Yeah. What if I told you that I love you, girl? What if I told you that I need you, girl? What if I told you you're the only girl? You're the only girl for me and I'm a world. Yeah. What if I told you that I love you, girl? What if I told you that I need you, girl? What if I told you you're the only girl for me and I'm a world. Yeah. Could have been a vision I sight in a dream. Could have been a man playing 16. Could have been a light I sight in a beam. Rastafari, love of me. Could it really be what I've been searching for? Mama said be careful what you're searching for. A woman that can cook me that you're searching for. A woman make good love shit and love make good war.
Shakedown Entertainment presents the Barbados Excursion 2026. After the success of 2025, we are doing it all over again from the 23rd of April to the 3rd of May. 7 or 10-day options based on 2 people sharing. Book for 7 days. Flight and accommodation. Early bird, $1,095 or 10 days for $1,295 depending on when you book. Subject to availability. Party theme nights. Entertainment wristband pass is £300. Added attractions are Hoistings Fish Friday and our bus tour of Barbados. Music from the UK's top DJs and sounds. To book your deposit, call SN Travel on 0207 254 0136 or 07 511 272 227. Sponsored by slamradio.co.uk and barbadosexcursion.net. The party holiday of a lifetime.
When you need something to eat cause you on the go but still not compromising taste and quality, then King George Grill is the place for halal chicken kebabs, gyro chicken wraps, beef and shrimp, lamb chops, Arabic rice, garlic potatoes, burgers, and much more. Opening hours from 10 a.m. on weekdays and extended on weekends. Turning Point, the junction of East La Peninsula, South Roinville, and Guyana. King George Grill, where the new taste of cuisine lives. 762-720 to order today. When you need quality, affordable machinery parts, Eddie's Machinery Parts Supplies is there for your needs. Bobcat, Doosan, Yanmar, Isuzu, Kubota, and other machinery parts. Parts ranging from seal kits, bushings, pins, alternators, starters, solenoids, filters, mufflers, water and oil cylinders, fans and switches. We also stock engine rebuild kits, undercarriage parts, rubber and metal tracks, rollers, motors, sprockets and buckets, lubricants, engine, hydraulic oil, gear oil and grease for your machinery. 83 Old Road, Eccles, East Bank, Demerara. Contact us on 698-0535 or WhatsApp 600-3619 or 233-2635.
Need help disposing of those large items your standard garbage service won't or can't remove? Looking to get rid of old furniture? Not sure how to ditch those old appliances you stored away in your basement or backyard? Have construction debris to remove? Having a bunch of junk lying around can be an eyesore. And not to mention, failure to get garbage pickup can cause problems like bacteria and mold growth. Finally ready to get rid of your excess garbage? Well, no need to worry. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Let the friendly professionals at Solomon Garbage and Junk Removal Services handle it for you. Why not turn to the #1 source for safe, fast, affordable, and of course, environmentally friendly trash hauling services in the New York tri-state area? Do it for you. We handle commercial and residential jobs. Everything and anything goes. Contact us at 347-898-2419 or 347-336-8526 or visit us on the web at SolomonGarbageandJunkRemoval.com. Let us do your dirty work for you.
You ever been to Miami Beach? Shakedown Entertainment presents the Miami Beach Excursion from the 3rd to the 13th of October 2026. 7 to 10 day options based on 2 people sharing 4-star, 5-star hotels. Fly business class or economy. Visit the Miami Carnival, Catamaran Boat Party, Club Nightlife, and upscale lounges. Visit Ocean Drive, South Beach, Shop and Dine, the boat tour of Biscayne Bay, rep your island colors, back to school parties, pastel colors parties, and many more. All this with the UK's TC Ford, C6, Village Sound, DJ Pico, and ELC, plus more to be confirmed. Host Tony F, Big C, and Ike B. More information shortly. Call 07 511 272 227. Miami Beach Excursion. It's going to be a movie.
Shakedown Entertainment presents the Soca versus Bashment Clash on Saturday, the 6th of June at Swakey's 174 Cottonwood Road, W12 BHU. Repping Soca, defending champions, Spice Out Sound featuring Selector Spice and DJ Guyana. Repping Bashment, Village Sound and DJ Quincy. Both teams will be playing a 90s round and an up-to-date round and a dubplate round. A ballot box will decide who takes the coveted cut of Soca versus Bashment. Your referee, TC Ford, music by Slam Radio DJs. Get your limited early bird tickets for £7. Standard tickets £10 and it will be £15 on the door. For more information, call 07511 272 227. Soca versus Bashment, supported by slamradio.co.uk and Slap and Tickle 2006.
The views, information, or opinions expressed during this program are solely those of the host, guests, and callers involved in the program and do not necessarily represent the views of its management, other hosts, or advertisers. It is not responsible and does not verify for accuracy any of the information contained in this radio program. This program does not constitute medical or professional advice and is solely for entertainment purposes only.
Say mama she a crying out again because she hear little son get shot up. Round the corner 2 man just a fight and somebody just get chopped up. When the police roll through the area, well it's all the wrong people get locked up. Yo, fed up on the things, yeah. Just saw it, let me go to the last days. Things are get worse. Last days, no man a curse. Last days, nobody gonna get nurse. Going on the dirt. Yes, it's on the last days. Things are get worse. Last days, no man a curse. Last days, nobody's gonna get the dirt. Going on the dirt. That's why me tell the youths to put down the knife and put down the gun there. Stop all the war and crime you do from Sunday to Sunday. And I see what I go on in the Middle East. How many guns they see them a bust off there. Think you a real bad man, just fire for ticket and go down there.
Yeah, man, you listen to Malachi.
These are the last days, things are get worse. Last days, enough people are cursed. Last days, nobody's going under the dirt, going under the dirt. Tell them are the last days, things are get worse. Last days, enough women are cursed. Last days, nobody's going under the dirt, going under the dirt. Hey. 6 feet 6 on the ground. Every time the shot is come out, things that make the big sound, like the AKs and the shotgun. 6 feet 6 on the ground. Every single time they come around, well, it's bare blood stain, but it's fall like rain. Murder is what flowing through them veins. So let's say it's bare blood stain again and again. Like the going insane. enough man a curse. Nobody's going on the dirt. Some man she a cry now because she heard the sun get shut off. Round the corner, two man just a fight and somebody just get chopped off. When the police roll through the area, well, it's all the wrong people get locked up. Yo, spread the positive light. Just sign. Let me
We're back with you in the third and final hour of the Rush and Guyana's Industry Show. That was the voice of the late, great Spider-Man. And you know why I call him the late, great, right? That song was made approximately about 8 years ago, if not a decade ago. And it's very, 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 very pertinent to what is happening today. Just about 10 minutes after the hour, we got more music, more vibe in the Rush. The only place you're gonna get the vibe with GT right here.
Set it up. Elements. Fireman group and yeah. No time to waste in a Babylon. We say we stepping out, yeah. Elements Ras Magin. Please. Alright, yeah. We say we stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. Elements Ras Magin come to say, now I'm stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. You know, see, say Babylon, them not care. Hey! The lion with the crown is how we emblem. The ice cream and gold we come fi sell them. Raspak when elements we come fi tell them. Babylon is the only problem, yeah. We treading through Babylon, we not friendly. At the fire steel and iron we are bending. Little get to you them blood, this a spill them. You know lift them up or you not build them. Listen, we stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. Ras Magin come to say, now I'm stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. You know, see, say Babylon, them not care. Hey, stepping out, we say we stepping out. Too much in that sense, while Babylon, them living out. Billions of people, see, say them killing out. Them fighting when my name, yes, them hearing out. Babylon, them a demon, better them one chilling out. I don't know the rest to make them know who we healing up. So let's see, I's making them, now make me spell it out. Well, tell them I was all we not selling out. We stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. Elements Ras Magin come to say, now I'm stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Stepping out, yeah. You know, see, say Babylon, them not care. Down in the spin, yes, them dance in the room. Well, in Germany, 15 dead from Tutum. Rasta hear that and them ball out, boom. Look like the end of time coming soon, yeah. So run, come and listen this, ya tune, ya. Rasta Baba just sweep them out with them broom, ya. Like in the film, what them call Blue Lagoon, ya. Babylon like vampire in the full moon, ya. Stepping out, yeah. Elements Ras Magin come to say, now I'm stepping out, yeah. Stepping out today. Yeah. You know, see, say Babylon, them not care. Hey, Babylon, they talk about the birds. They're not
nothing but a vulture. All these nice sweet words, and the end they always fuck up. Only use them to crucify. Don't know but truths are culture. Look at youths them grow and destroy their future. Let's spend the early nights.
Yeah. Sato. Things cross out. Yeah. The wicked want exempt me. Bring material thing just fit me. I had an experience of the century. To see what them present me. Yeah, you don't believe nothing what they want tell me. Scale goods them and sell me. But me full of experience. And the blessings around me. Millions of make so with the innate. None of them can go around me. Just can't go around me. Me full of experience. And the blessings around me. Millions of make so with the innate.
Always representing Guyanese music all the time.
Them a itch with the house of me paste the title. Put them out and break them out with Carilla. Me be closer to things you want to tell me wider. You corrupt the dirty can't me glider. Then again, me no love for your people either. We no passenger seat cannot be driver. Real revolutionary we call a panda. We run fire with Balaganta. Me full of experience. And the blessings around me. Money and me so we get it out. And none of them can't go around me. Just can't go around me, no. Full of experience. And the blessings around me. Millions of them so we get it out. And none of them can't go around me. Just can't go around me. They do me things, Mr. Officer. Me a prepare myself to go Africa. You know the love, you know that's why you drop it, sir. And you are just road traffic officer. Yeah, the only way things are happen, you have to leg up, change on the shadow. No envy your brother to him win the lotto. Remember how to bring the gun. Yeah, don't do nothing you know we not do. Don't do things that make me argue. So you're sorry and beg for pardon. When it comes to the ladies, I experienced a lot from your baby. I had full control of the Mercedes. I'm such a thing you analyze it, no way. I'm full of experience. And the blessings around me. Millions of make so with the inner. And none of them can't go around me. Just can't go around me, no. Me full of experience. And the blessings around me. Dollars have to make some with the inner.
Yeah, man, you're listening to Malachi.
I'm a fight Rasta. Everywhere them serious, I'm a fight on Rasta, yeah. Tell them say all the money will like in Selassie. Joe, Rastafari. They don't want to use them big grow. Me tell them about the seeds for them a sow. Hail Rastafari. King Selassie, you know. Yeah, you know. Them don't want to use them big grow out there. They want them to cut them hair and trim them bare. And when they use them body, no, them don't care. Or them behaving like them don't care. Them don't want to use them to grow out there. No want them to flat or even not them hair. When they use them body, no, them don't care. Or them behaving like them don't care. Well, if they use them in the future, why you shoot them down? When
when you should give them all the knowledge for them to gain wisdom, so they could overstand Jah work and His kingdom. I know Sir Rock will always get fling down hot, and if you don't give them the basic necessities and then the wrong things in life, them I get with ease. Me wonder how them get the cheese. We get all the guns that them got to squeeze. Yo. Them no want to use them to grow out there. They want them to cut them hair and trim them hair. And when they use them body, no, them don't tear. Or them behaving like them don't care. Them no want to use them to grow out there. No want them to flat or even not them hair. When they use them body, no, them don't tear. Or them behaving like them don't care. Real last time you come round air, you always up there, but as you come down air. You made the fireplace and burn air. Me guess that's the reason you don't come air. You still I wonder why they use them call you beast. Because them here all day and night, all you do is feast. You ate your whole pie and you ain't even left the piece. You know they use them a search for it out the streets. Yo, them no want to use them to grow out there. They want them to cut them hair and trim them hair. And when they use them body, no, them don't tear. Oh, them behaving like them don't care. Them no want to use them to grow out there. No want them to flat or even not them hair. When they use them body, no, them don't care. Oh, them behaving like them don't care. Them no want to use for growth. Them not tell the youth good seeds we sow. Just like the breeze away to blow. They get to use them off and listen so them know. War and crime got to cease. Turn my back on the west and the eye chat to east. The eye and I not the cease. Be all the those in life Rastafari.
You're tuned in to
DJ Malachi. They want them to cut them hair and trim them hair. When they use them body, no, them don't tear. Oh, them behaving like them don't care. Them the one to use them to grow out there. No one them be flat or even not them hair. When we use them body, no, them don't tear. Oh, them behaving like them don't care. But if they use them is the future, why you shoot them down? When you should give them all the others for them to gain wisdom. So they can overstand Jah works and His kingdom. I know the rock will always get fling down hot. And if you don't give them the basic necessities and then the wrong things in life, they might get with ease. Me wonder how them get the cheese. We get all the guns that them got to squeeze. Them no want to use them to grow out there. They want them to cut them hair and trim them hair. When they use them body, no, them don't tear. Oh, they behaving like them don't care. Them no want to use them to grow out there. No want them to flat or even not them hair. When we use them body, no, them don't tear. Oh, they behaving like them don't care. Them no want to use them to grow.
Conscious music, conscious vibe on a Monday. You know how we do. We give you that vibe, 83,000 square miles. That's the voice of Alabama. But that one produced that Vision Sounds right here in Guyana. Of course, big shout out to the late Walter Fraser, you know, the CEO of that particular record label. We got to jump back into today's discussion, and we want to get right back into yes, Martin. Of course, for the audience, you can hit me up on +592-641-0945, or you can hit Martin up on
305-713-8595.
Yep. So as we get back into today's discussion, like I mentioned before we went to the ad break, I wanted to just touch on, you know, what was happening for the 60th again, because I've been kind of trying to do some research to see what other things are, you know, linked. I think I saw something, I came across something to do with Castellani House and paintings and stuff like that, which is pretty okay. Sculpture and paintings, that's nice. But we're talking about the arts across the board, right? And why are we celebrating our diamond with other artists from outside of GT? What happened to the Guyanese artists? Like I always keep mentioning.
Well, altogether, as we know, the planning of certain things doesn't really lie in the right people's hand.
Yeah, it would appear that way. It would definitely appear that way.
Because if I'm looking on and I'm saying, well, all right, let's make it personal. My mother would be turning 60, and that is in in my opinion, and our extension as siblings, we would think, well, hey, we would go all out for she. You understand? Make it memorable, bigger than the 50, bigger than the 40, and so forth. So I'm thinking that we're going to come together, spend the most money that we're going to ever spend in this time just to make sure mommy is comfortable. Now, if I'm looking at Guyana and saying the same thing, then I'm thinking, well, I'm going to be all inclusive, invite all the friends and family and everything to Guyana because Guyana is our mother, Guyana is our home, and we're going to take care of her.
Correct.
Right? We're going to celebrate her.
Yeah.
Now, you would want the best of the Guyanese to come. I don't even want to call name, but the best of the Guyanese artists from top tier in different genres right now. Right? And if we're not doing that for our mother, then you could expect, brother, certain things can't really happen as it trickles down.
Mediocrity again. And that is the major problem with, the individuals who I believe are the ones who are advising or in the advisory positions, because I don't think they understand what the dynamics really present for the 60th. I really don't believe that.
True. Well, as some people would say, it is just one entity concerts, parties, and celebration, right? Because even now we have the Linden Tongue Week is happening. I think everybody should have been celebrating.
Tongue Week is back, yeah. I didn't even remember that, bro. Tongue Week is back.
Man, I think Tongue Week near gone. That is how fast things is moving.
I'm telling you. Real fast things are moving.
Right? Because just now we're going to open our eyes and it's going to be the All Black, it's going to be the big people party, and then boom, it's the Jubilee.
Yep. And I believe overall that should have been a different experience for Guyana, not only in Guyana, but for even the visitors. It should have been a totally different experience to what they are accustomed to outside of Guyana. And I think they needed to pay attention to what was really our unique cultural expression. And a lot of that had faded away because we had dance companies and bands and all of that. And we need to bring those things back. We need to encourage those individuals also who are Guyanese who've left with those skill sets to return. Because that's how you develop that particular sector. If they didn't know, now they gonna know.
Correct. I mean,
for sure they listen.
We have great people in different areas, right? Let's say in the broadcasting, news, and media area. I believe her name is Deborah Cox. We could have brought her to do like a special.
She's a big artist, bro. Deborah Cox is a huge artist from since the early 90s all the way up.
Right? No, but even in the I would have said, well, let's bring her to host the Guyana Today.
Yeah.
Right? Let's ourselves, of course, because we have the biggest reach in platform-wise with syndication. Let's host a radio program just to celebrate and commemorate, right?
Yeah.
Bring people like Eddie Grant. Bring persons like Natural Black.
Bring St. John.
Bring Militant.
You're correct.
These are different people in different calibers across the industries.
Future Kid, Promise.
Production personnel.
Yeah. Mad Professor.
Exactly. People who shoot in movies. Our big, great comedians. Bring all these people. Anybody who is of Guyanese descent, come. That is what I would have done if I was in charge of tourism or even culture sector. First, it's not going to be that expensive because one is government. So you have the umbrella which to say, well, hey, dropping off hotel prices while we're respecting business. We want, we're calling for 10,000 people to come or how much have we
didn't even have to put out a call. The mere fact that you have an all-star cast of artists coming in from every different sector and you have a cast of really top tier Guyanese artists as well coming in. And when we say the foreign act, we're talking about those Guyanese who are international. We're bringing them home, right? That would have been the real diamond for people to see. And those people turning up to Guyana alone would have attracted an entire, you know, they got their own followers that will follow them right here, especially the living legend. He would have had one of the, because the fact that he hasn't had a concert in years, it would have been a mega, mega, mega event in Guyana to have the living legend at home. That would have been a show by itself, of course. Not unless, you know, he wanted or his team wanted differently, where, you know, they wanted to have some lead ups before, because he wasn't going to perform the entire, you know, because he
Well, I would have think some event with him on it. It would have been something like how we did with Vibes Cartel, right? Whereby he brought out all the younger folks and then he closed off the entire thing. So I would think it would be something like that. That we're recognizing, at least, like how you see they got Coachella and all these different festivals in the US.
Around the world. Reggae on the River in California, and they feature you know, different reggae artists from all over the world, from Africa, from Trinidad, from Guyana even.
Correct. And it's multiple days, multiple casts happening. I think we could have had the most, we should have been doing the most. We probably might do it for the 100th celebration.
I think the whole planning was a little, could have gotten some more input. That's one. And I think that, you know, having the same concepts run over and over, it really becomes monotonous and people get bored very easily. You know, so you
remember the same mind, so
yeah. Well, we're hoping they kind of look at that situation, because as it is, I mean, we have that big celebration coming up. We haven't seen major advertising going on to say this is happening in Guyana, not even in or out of Guyana. We haven't seen PSIs that are giving the population the information about the 60th, that events are going to be happening and how we expect you to conduct yourself. None of that reinforced information is there. So again, there is so much to work on, and this is why we keep emphasizing that think tanks are critical to ministries.
And
they
I'm receiving a message, and the person saying they first have to give the private sector the open opportunity to make the market competitive, and I would have to agree, right? Because all promoters, all stakeholders, Guyanese near and far, should have wanted to come home this season just to collect your cash grant one, because it's available, and then celebrate, right?
Because, you know, that's what a lot of people do. I know that as a fact.
Correct.
Because I got a couple of people who came back. They were able to access their monies, and they were quite happy with the system, the process of how they were able to do it. And I think Guyanese are quite comfortable now. We hear it. I wonder what happened to all the talk on social media about the cash grant, though, because everybody kind of quiet.
They can't talk with money direct deposit, brother. Direct deposit.
Direct deposit. Everybody mouth shut. No, that's funny though. The direct deposit got everybody like mum. Nobody's really talking, because before it was like a whole halabaloo, and then it all got quiet. But anyway, back to what we were talking about with understanding, you know, what we should really be doing for the 60th. And again, it should be a real dynamic showcase of what Guyana is all about. The best of the best artists, the best in terms of culinary artists, food, dance, which should be happening at the National Cultural Center, art, not only at Castellani House, but should be at maybe Moray and Red House, you know, sculpture galleries should be established. There's so much, including they're using the railway embankment area there in Kingston, which is nicely redesigned, which can also become like a cultural hub. You've got to also tap into like the masquerade dances. So there is so much in terms of cultural expression that should be on the table, and we're looking for them.
Can't find them.
We're looking for them. But what we do see are shows featuring, not knocking at the outside artists, but hey, featuring those artists. But this is our 60th representation. I want that to sink in for a minute to the listening audience, especially to the Guyanese in the diaspora and those who encourage their family members. Oh yeah, girl, they got this big party. They go in.
Brother,
think about it.
This is why I would have said in the beginning of the discussion that at this point in my life, I am literally frustrated and tired of encouraging Guyanese to come back home or anybody to come to Guyana, because I process things very differently from other individuals. And for instance, last week I went to open a bank account, and I was told I say, yo, I get it up early in the morning, 8 o'clock, soon as door open, I did it. And I was there by 8:30. And the security guard said, well, brother, you have to come since 4 or 5 o'clock if you want to open an account today. Or you got to wait until June, July for an appointment. And I said, man, really? In 2026, I understand the president made a call, and it's somewhat of a call to action to force the banking system to move. Now, I'm wondering, in 60 years, what have our banking system been doing? Because why is it that I have to wake up at 4? Well, I'd have to wake up earlier based on where you're coming from, but I write in town. But why is it I have to reach to the bank 4 or 5 o'clock? Like how you used to have to go to the passport office 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Why? If I could apply for my passport online now, right? If I could open a bank account now, because you're able to open a bank account online, or so they say. Because I
correct,
do it, right? I don't have to go out in my mouth. They said, apply for your account online. I did such. You then have to wait weeks to receive an email or a call to say, bring in your documents. Why the hell I already submit my documents to an agency or business place, and then I still have to wait for you to verify the said documents for me to have to bring it in person?
And then to me, it's got too much of red tape and this and that and this you got to provide and that requirement. I mean, I understand certain types of requirement, but some of this is like a little overreach into your personal.
You have not even a personal. You have to write a letter to the banking manager asking them approval to open an account. Now, if I'm bringing my money and my business to you, why is it that I'm begging you also to work with you? Because you're not sharing your percentage with me that you're collecting my money for. Because I don't understand.
I trust me, bro. I'm kind of at a loss sometimes with some of, like I mentioned in the first hour, the whole system in Guyana. Some of it, and I do believe that if we get up to par internationally, a lot of this schism, as I would call it, would vanish from the systems here in Guyana. We really need to adapt that AMLTF in full, and also let that be fully effective. Because how, for example, remember the other day the Attorney General had to come out and tell the banks, hey, we've rolled out a new ID, and that is the ID. What you mean you're not approving the ID?
Ridiculousness. That's what I'm saying. What have the banks been doing? weren't they informed that this rollout is happening?
Of course, they have
Doesn't
to keep
any
up
one
with
of
the
the
system, though.
managers
Of course, they
have
had.
a real ID yet?
They
The
knew about
digital ID?
so if they were not called in, you're telling me they didn't hear it no point in time in the news, in any publication whatsoever. They haven't. Because I think by now every Guyanese heard about the new ID card rolling out and the old one gonna be dead soon.
Brother, the level of competence with our people in our system, I just gotta pray multiple times for a reason.
Per day. I think you got pray per day. I mean, I used to think, okay, you get up in the morning, you say your prayers, and you move on with your day, and then before you sleep. But I think you got to pray like multiple times per day.
Being a Muslim helps, because I don't know, I would have tricked out many a times.
I'm telling you, bro, I respect that for real. Because you got to pray. Everything is a task. When
Now,
in certain respects, I'm not saying
imagine
everything,
this, right?
everything. I'm not blanketing everything.
My family came to Guyana to spend 2 weeks. And within that 2 weeks, I encouraged them, hey, as a Guyanese, you're entitled to a nice piece of land, your cash grant, and so forth, so forth.
Apply.
I spent the first week making sure they have all the documentations and so on. Right? My younger sister, right? Second week where we go into every establishment and put in the applications from passport to your TIN, to your birth certificate renewal, your ID card, and everything. Right? Housing application, land application, business registration, the whole nine. Some agencies would have surprised me, like deeds and registry, because I custom walking past a line wrap around the building. Suddenly the line empty, which was nice. Nice experience for the first time in life. But housing still got people pack up outside like they share in away house lot every day.
But here's the thing that's funny though, Martin. If your family had gotten their stuff right, you would have been shocked. They would have been shocked, and anybody else who knew about the situation would have been shocked. And that would have created some mayhem, because then people would have said they've been waiting in Guyana on the ground for how many years and haven't gotten theirs, while individuals who come in, who are still Guyanese, they're entitled to their portion of the pie, no doubt, but they have gotten theirs faster.
But this is the thing. My family would have had to leave and go back and still can't complete all the process. Because guess why? At some agencies, you still got to stand in the line in the hot sun, like we've seen last week. A pensioner would have passed away at NIS.
Wow. Well, I think NIS by now should have refurbished that building from since the 80s. They should have installed air condition based on the temperature. And they're dealing with a lot of people who are elderly folks, and I do believe they should have, like the president mentioned several times, modernize the system to make it digital, because you can't have these pensioners coming out their house, a lot of them who've worked for 50, 60 years in the country, did their contributions, paid their taxes, and you have them slaving coming to go and sit down in a building to sort out monies or collect a book. They should have put measures in place where these people could collect their things digitally, brother.
They're not sitting in a building. They're sitting outside on a beautiful white tent.
Well, that analysis is absolutely ridiculous, brother. That's what I'm saying. You're punishing the nation by doing that. You're punishing the people by doing that. I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the institution, because they have their own perimeters, which they have things that they can do. Why are they operating as though? And this is another thing about a lot of people. They fail to see where responsibility lies.
Brother, our level of competence, right, is really a wow factor for me. Because while my sister was here and she applied, well, they both applied for their passports. At the passport office yesterday, well, my second sister, the one under me, she had surgery recently in the US.
Yeah.
So she was trying to explain to the the officer, well, hey, I can't really sit down too long. I can't really stand up too long because I literally recently done surgery in the US. And the girl was like, well, you know, he's playing musical chairs in Guyana, our favorite sport. The girl was like, well, you have to go in the line and take a seat and you have to wait until you come up to the front.
And the musical chairs begins. You know.
So my sister, well, she chose not to play musical chairs and decided, well, she's going to raise her voice. As a Guyanese citizen nowadays operate, they raise their voices in a very loud manner and start going, as we did say. Because imagine coming to conduct business and having to act out of character, or out of in an establishment where they expect you to be very demure, very mindful.
Quiet.
You have to come and cuss up and go on. Because if I'm telling you I can't sit too long, I can't stand too long, I am pretty much on disability.
Yeah.
And you tell me I gotta go and say, I personally got issues with my back. And I don't be sitting and standing too long. You know this, I can't stay one place for too long. I move like I can't.
I mean, they got issues. I mean, people suffer from sciatica and all other types of issues when they mention those things. And we've mentioned this several times. I mean, the public service really got to come up to scratch. And they got to stop blaming that, throwing blame. Oh, the government. No. It's not the government. It's the structure you have right there that needs some reform. And you need some people who are educated to operate. Simple.
I would think
blame. Take responsibility.
In certain cases, as I know it used to be, I'm not sure how effective it is still today. Like if you go into the banks or different establishment, if you're an elderly person, you get moved up to the front of the line, or you get a separate line altogether. If you're a child of a certain age, you get moved up, as priority, and so forth. Now, while you can't just come out and wholesale, bring all your medical bills to show, well, you just had surgery or you're going through something, at least some type of consideration should be taken into place.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Just about 15 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm telling you, every time we get into the discussion, the time just runs away. Of course, to the audience, you can hit us up on +592 641 0945. Hit Martin up on
305-713-8595.
I'll leave your comments in the comment section. You can also follow us on the pages. Give them those pages, Martin.
That is Gem Radio, Gem Networks, The Rush, Guyana's Industry Show, and of course, follow us on our personal pages. Mine is Martin Al-Ameen. And
mine is Malachi. Kwesi Gilbert as well. We got to get out of here until tomorrow. Of course, you know how we do tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tantalizing Tuesdays, TNT. We're going to have those topics for the couples, the singles as well. Coming up next on slamfm.co.uk at 4 in the afternoon is going to be the General. Going to pick you up in the UK. On the other station is going to be more music and more vibe with an only syndicated show. Big shout out to the guys at Studio M in Canada, Majestic Music Radio in New York City. We got to leave you until tomorrow. If you're driving, do take it easy. Look out for those who ain't looking out and paying attention to you. And of course, can't leave you without the motto of Guyana: one people,
one nation,
one destiny. Yeah, man. Together we rise. We out of here until tomorrow. Bless up, bro. One love.
Yeah, brother. One love, man.
Yes. We out of here until tomorrow.
We're living in a world so cold. Hey. Blood spill again, innocent get killed again. It's like they do number one. I know me lose a friend, I know me can't pretend. Tell me when will it end? Oh, child, I cry out for justice. I cry out for peace. I cried out for freedom. And I want to see my friend them get disease. Rest in peace, fallen soldiers. Rest in peace. R.I.P. fallen soldiers. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, fallen and then your godliness. Me still can't believe, yeah, baby. All that's left in my chest, sadness and emptiness, where my heart used to be, yeah, yeah. It hit me hard when I realized I'll never get to see your face or hear your voice again. Wish I never had to say goodbye, but your memories will always remain. Rest in peace, fallen soldier, rest in peace. R.I.P. fallen soldier, rest in peace. Rest in peace, fallen soldier, rest in peace. R.I.P. fallen soldier, rest in peace. Afterlife, we will meet again. Don't know how, but we will meet again. Because your debt's already paid, your bills already paid. You're living in the presence of His name. Rest in peace, fallen soldier. Rest in peace. R.I.P. fallen soldier. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Fallen soldier, rest in peace. R.I.P. fallen soldier, rest in peace.
You're tuned in to DJ Malachi, always representing Guyanese music all the time. Jacks.
Come on, yeah. We got for face it. No man no more than no man, everyone born naked. We gotta show more love and no matter with the hatred. Everybody gon' die, but remember life's sacred. We shouldn't take it. We got for face it. No man no more than no man, everyone born naked. We gotta show more love and no matter with the hatred. Everybody gon' die, but remember life's sacred. But now the race head. Don't hate a brother man for his complexion, like if his skin tone color wrong. It's where you get off from. I'm telling you, no, that is not the plan. With the same creation, different color, but always one. Sing along to me song. It's the truth, son to brute. Heartless, them would kill people youth. I raise a salute, absolute. Justice and judgment must execute. When you respect I, then I respect you. Same job we guide I, him protect you. And don't blind I, so don't forget. You know every thought, see every step, so we got for face it. No man no more than no man, everyone run naked. We gotta show more love and no matter with the hatred. Everybody gon' die, but remember life's sacred. We shouldn't take it. Seek into yourself, deeper than before. There's need for your help. Only love is the cure. Life is your will. Keep it safe and secure. Likewise your health, whether you're rich or you're poor. Racial motivated war is not what we want. Think about the children, them reap what we plant. Political instigators always tear us apart. Let we stop the senseless killing.
Yeah, man, you listen to
Rasta man chant. Hey. Bring bring love, bring love. DP say, sing love, sing love. I live love, live in love. Why? We don't believe in spilling blood. Mama say, bring love, bring love. Dada say, sing love, sing love. Let the children live love, live in love. Why? We don't believe in spilling blood. We come for face it. No man no more than no man, everyone born naked. We gonna show more love and no matter with the hatred. Everybody gonna die, but remember life's sacred. We shouldn't take it. We got to face it. No man no more than no man, everyone born
Hey, 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 hey. There you go again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. There will always be sorrow. There will always be tomorrow. But it's up to you to know which way to go. Hey, when opportunity comes, take it. Don't let the gun chase it. Hey, or else you're gonna regret it one day. Hey, rise with the sun and face it. There's time within your fun, don't waste it. Hey, and you find yourself moving back. Hey, hey. I'm gonna show you the achievements that you achieve in life can carry you through as long as you wise. Hey, hey, they don't even know you. Humble yourself, no make no nice.
To DJ Malachi, always representing 90s music.
When opportunity comes, take it. Don't let the gun chase it. Hey, or else you're gonna regret it one day. Hey, rise like the sun and face it. There's time within your fun, don't waste it. Hey, and you find yourself moving on. Yeah, yeah. Perseverance, that's the whole thing. You need the clearance to do your own thing. Repatriation, it's time to go home, king. The steep hills in the mountain. Hey, I don't wanna be a victim. Caught up in the system that keeps on shifting. I'm about to be uplifting to my virgin and my sister, no chicken. I can assure you the achievements that you achieve in life can carry you through as long as you rise. Hey, hey. They don't even know you. Humble yourself, no make too much nice. Hey, no get caught up doing otherwise. Hey, when opportunity comes, take it and don't let the gun chase it. Hey, or else you gonna regret it one day. Hey, rise with the sun and place it. There's time within your fun, don't waste it. Hey, and you find yourself moving ahead. Hey, hey. No matter the fun, my love instead. You get blessing, you never bargain fit. No time at all, me not go far with it. If I meet them, no walk this street. Hey, some of the things we make hard skip it. The people in the garrison, they want it, sis. We need more love today. That's what the people say. Hey, when opportunity comes, take it. Don't let the gun chase it. Hey, or else you gonna regret it one day. Hey, rise with the sun and face it. There's time within your fun, don't waste it. Hey, and you find yourself moving ahead. Hey, when opportunity comes, face it. Don't let the gun chase it. Hey, or else you gonna regret it one day. Hey, rise with the sun and face it. There's time within your fun, don't
yeah, man, you listen to Malachi. Whoa, Natty. Whoa. Archangel long time you are tight and the natural one. Nah. If it no hard, when we no want. If our one and all for make me stand down. Beat like a bird, tough like lion. Strong than steel, this is rough than iron. Remember it's no hard. Be no one. Give me the best image, you know, for make me stand down. Beat like a bird, tough
weed. Pass me the push weed. Didn't get to you them on the corner, them a push weed. Yes, we process cannabis to get the proceeds. Yeah, yes, grade a college, Rastafari with no bun seed. Herba be the healing, that one take a good read. Angel the herbalist, the plant up the good breed. Yo, G, the song, plenty media that the people need. The counter this eat, the wicked and the wicked deed. If it's not hard, when me now want, give me the marijuana, now to make me dance down. Sweet like a bird, like a yarn. Strong and steel with the rough and iron. If it's not hard, when me now want, give me the marijuana, now to make me dance down. Sweet like a bird, rough like a yarn. Strong and steel with the rough and iron. Iron, that is good. Hey, remember, if I was a fool, me would not overstand it. If I was a fool, me would not know about it. As a youth man, you know me see them on it. Grandma with chest flip and grandpa with gallet.
Come on, you listen to Malachi.
Straighten up your waist to feel listen to this. But my dirty way to pick with. So let us dance some conscious lyrics. Remember, if you're not on the earth, no criticize it. I better you live the cannabis. If you're not hard, yeah, well, me no one. Give me the marijuana, now to make me dance down. Sweet like a bird, rough like lion. Strong and steel, Mr. Rough and iron. Me say if you're not hard, well, me no one.